Alright, so good afternoon everyone. We just got a long trade right here on ES. It just went to +1 tick already. Gonna lock in 2, 4. Now what I wanted to do is have somebody try to keep up with me with the trades that I take. Alright. So like so far we have 1 ES for 4 ticks. It's actually got a little bit of a short look there, but the red wasn't on the other side, so I'm not looking for that trade right there. The audio is fading in and out. I can put vertical lines on, but I don't have them on right now, Sid. Okay, when I'm done with it, I'll have either or vertical lines and or arrows, or none at all. Right now it's got none at all. Well, it's got this vertical line, but that doesn't really apply to anything. Okay, if I guess I can shut that off since it doesn't apply to anything. It's got a whole bunch of stuff in here that I am gonna, when I finish it, I'm gonna take out a bunch of this is just troubleshooting stuff. All those things are just troubleshooting things. So when I'm finished with it, I'll take all that out. Alright, so all we're looking for is really to be opposite the red. Now the red is down here inside the black, right? So now we're looking for the black and the blue to get up above it on the other side. Like that, but that didn't go far enough. Like this is perfect right there. So I'm just going to short right here. You see how the black only went a little ways up? And so I shorted it. Now the stop is +2, stop is +5. Alright, so that was one more on the ES. 5 ticks in profit. Now, so this is nothing right here. You see how the black went just a little bit down right there, but the red is on the same side, so it's not divergent. Okay, this went just a little bit too far, so I'm not going to do that one. This went just a little bit too far, and it doesn't have red on the opposite. Neither one has red on the opposite side, so I'm going to leave those alone. All right, is the audio good for all of you, or is it just fading out for Dane? Because he's saying it's fading in and out. Okay, Dane, it's just you. Everybody else has got good audio. Okay, now the reason I don't like to do it when it's like that is because you end up with something like this. Now you guys may recall when I first see how it just totally went against it when you did that on both of those. When I first showed you the divergence between the red and the blue, there are instances where it ended up going sideways like this, and I didn't have any way to sort of let you know that that's likely to happen. Okay, but now I do. I created this other thing, this black part in here, and that does let you know that it's likely to happen. If that doesn't go with it, when it goes up above the 0, and when the blue moves on its own, it doesn't take the black with it, then there's a good chance that this is going to happen. Alright, I know you guys are going to see instances, this is a cell right here, I know you guys are going to see instances where, hang on, I gotta manage this trade. Now it's going to go, after 5 ticks in profit, it'll go to break even automatically, and then I'll just have to manage it myself. There it goes. Okay, so we got, it goes to break even plus a tick, so there's 4 more. Okay. This didn't go far enough. The black's going to go all the way. Both of those, it's going to go all the way. You guys are going to run into things, you're going to see things, if you're using this, you're going to see things that seem to happen over and over and over again. But just take my word for it. I've done the research, and you want it to go all the way. Okay. Can I please explain what I do? Sure, Harold. I think I said it as soon as I started, but you might not have been here as soon as I started it up. We have a good crowd in here. I just saw the number of people that are in here. That's good. Basically, all I'm looking for is this right here, for the blue and the black to go on the other side, but the black to not get to the purple line, or for the blue and the black to go on the other side, and the black get all the way to the purple line. And not, I mean all the way to the overbought line. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. It's either got to not get to the purple line or go all the way to that. And I want to see the red on the other side of it, like this right here, with the red on the other side. In both of those instances, the red on the other side. Okay, this one right here with the red on the opposite side. So some of you guys may recall back when I first showed you the divergence thing, and it had just the blue and the red. That's what I was just explaining. There were periods in there where you had this happen. where it wasn't easy to see, and I didn't have any way to quantify it or any way to rule those out. But now I've created this black thing in the middle that helps to rule it out based upon how far how far the black goes with the blue when it crosses over the 0 line. Okay, so all I'm looking for in here, this is a total scalp. Total scalp, and so far we've had 3 trades, and all 3 of them have been successful so far. I don't know how many trades we're going to get off here in this half an hour, but I'm only doing 1 contract in here too, okay? Because this is a live test of my theories and what I've seen work. But I wanted you guys to watch it work, and you guys can give your input if you want. Tell me what you think. Would it be better if I did this so you don't have to see this and you just get either a go or a no-go signal? Would that be better for you? Because that, I was thinking of doing that so you don't have all this stuff to look at, because it's kind of busy and it moves around a lot. The problem is that with this you can get kind of an idea of when it's going to happen. Like right now, everything is oversold, so it's got to come out of there pretty soon, and when it comes out you're going to have a signal. Maybe, more than likely, you're going to have a signal when it comes out. We'll see what happens when it does come out. If just the blue comes out, you're not going to have a signal. If the blue and the black both come out, like that right there, then you could sell this right here on that one. This one went too far, right? So I sold the NQ, and it's actually almost stopped me out there. It didn't stop me out yet, but it looks like it could, and it just did stop me out. That was a minus 36 on the NQ. That was a little bit too far. I kind of took a chance on that one. It went a little bit too far. I went over the purple line right there. So let me write that down. One NQ minus 36. Now you have a 36 by 50 bracket. A 36 by 50 bracket on the there was just a long hair on these. 36 by 50 bracket on all of these. We just end up with 1 tick there on the S. Okay. And nothing here, nothing here, nothing there, nothing there. It's not opposite the red. Alright, if it's not opposite the red, just ignore it. Okay. Sure, we're moving the noisy stuff so you can see and compare. Well, I'll have to do that, John. I don't have it programmed that way right now. I was thinking of trying to do that for this meeting, but the meeting came up too quick on me. So that you could see. The stuff that's going into creating it, so you guys have an idea of what I'm looking at. I'm looking when it's all going in one direction for it to pull back against that direction. That's what I'm looking at. And I want to see divergence between the blue and the red. Okay, that went too far. This one right here on the NQ is okay. So the NQ just went to +4, and it just took me out at +4 on that NQ. That was okay to take right there. Okay, you see how the black went opposite the red, and it didn't hit the purple. That was okay to take right there. Now the NQ has been really jumpy today. This is on a 39 range, by the way. That's a 39, and this is a 9 range. The S is on a 9 range. Okay. Tomorrow, I'm not going to be doing anything tomorrow. The regular Wednesday meeting is put off until Thursday this week. We have a home site inspection tomorrow. So I am taking the day off to go do that stuff tomorrow. We are building another house. See, that didn't quite make it all the way down there into the oversold. I'm looking for the black and the blue to get all the way into the oversold. And that didn't quite make it. There's nothing here and nothing here. If you focus on just one market, you can see there's 2 things that you're looking for, right? Looking for the black and the blue to be on the same side and to be opposite the red. That's what you're looking for. And then the black has to be either all the way at overbought or oversold, or in between this area right here. Okay. See, that went too far right there. It went too far right there. So when it goes too far, it tends to keep going. So just wait a few minutes, and it's not opposite the red here either. The red is at the 0 line right now. It sent you a reminder. Did it send you for tomorrow, or does it send it for the next day? I think I had that fixed saying it goes to Thursday. Crap, I'll have to fix that. I thought I had that fixed, so it didn't say tomorrow. Okay, well, I hope we don't screw everybody up on that. Alright, this right here on the S, it looks like the black made it up there. So, there. Okay, it just went to +1 tick. And it took me out with +1 tick. Okay, see the black one all the way up there. And so it automatically went to +1 tick. After it goes 5 ticks in profit, it bumps it to +1 tick. And this one, after it goes 12 ticks in profit, it bumps it to +4 ticks. Okay. I think I got that right. No, I think I screwed that one up. Crap. Oh, it looks like the black was all the way down there. Okay, I didn't screw it up. Alright, well, I'm still in it. Hasn't stopped out yet. And I did do it right, it looks like. But the stop is at 36 ticks. Alright, well, that's another 36 on the NQ. Okay, so we have 2 stop outs on the NQ with 1 +4 on the NQ. The ES is actually doing much better than the NQ right now. And that wasn't the way it was earlier today. Earlier today, the NQ was doing better than the ES. But I had the ES on a 7 range earlier, not a 9 range. That is not a trade there. And, well, it went too far. When I said it went too far, when it goes like this right here, if it crosses over that purple line right there, if the black crosses over the purple, that's too far. Okay. When we get this up close here, well, it's not gonna be anything because it has to happen on the move up. This right here is what I mean. See how the black went across the purple right there, but it didn't go into the overbought? You want to ignore those. Okay, Jeff? Yeah, what I really want you guys to see is, is just the actual testing that I'm going through with this. Like this one right here. See, it just bumped it to +1 tick. We'll lock in 4, and we're out with 4. And yes. See right there? It didn't go over it, and that's what you're looking for. It's got to go all the way or not over the purple. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. I know it might look complicated right now because of all the colors and because things are moving so fast. See that one right there? Jeff, that didn't make it up into the overbought, but it went over the purple, so I'm going to leave that alone. Okay, and this one's nothing. This one's nothing. They both did the same thing right there. Did you see that? Neither one of those are going to be trades you're going to take. And, wow, 13 minutes have gone by already. Right, now the NQ, hopefully it's going to come up with, it's got a 50 tick target on it, so hopefully we'll end up with a couple of 50 tick trades here as it starts moving around a little bit more. This is not a trade. I know you see that full divergence like that, you probably want to go on that, and a lot of times that is going to work out. But I'm just, for right now, for the purposes right now, keeping it to only 2 simple things. I'm going to wait until it gives us a little bit of black in there. Okay. Alright. So, all I'm looking for right now, I don't think it's not going to happen over here on this market, alright? It could happen on this one with an up close. We could end up with a trade on this. The red's got to stay down and the black and blue have to move up, but the black can't move too far. So I know it looks kind of complicated, but I'm only looking at one set of indicators. I'm keeping my DOM right here for you so you can see. See, that went too far, but not far enough. Went too far on that, but not far enough on that. This is it right here on the NQ. Right, I just shorted the NQ. And after 12 ticks in profit, the stop will go to +4 ticks. Hopefully it's going to hit that 12 ticks. There it is. Okay, it just hit 12 ticks and it just took me out at +4. I'm only at -64 on the NQ now. You see right there? That was what I was looking for. that was actually kind of a mistake because it wasn't opposite the red. So that was one mistake. Let me keep, yeah, you're right. I was going to say, you're right, Dan. That was a mistake. Let me keep track of my mistakes too, because I'm thinking of making this just an easy thing that either, it'll go along the midline, and then when you have a short, it'll go up to the top, and when you have a long, it'll go down to the bottom. Right here, that's a trade. I think that went 100%. I think that went 100%. I think this one did too. I'm off on the entry on that by quite a bit. So I probably just screwed myself up on both of those because I'm off on the entry. Well, we'll see. Alright, stop went to +1 here and +4 over here. On the NQ, I'm going to lock in a lot. I think that was 5 points over there, and we got out with 1 tick on the ES. Okay, so we're on the ES with 1 tick. 5 points on the NQ. And not always. Okay, so this is going to be a short. Oh, long. Crap, I screwed that one up. That should have been a long from right there on the NQ. I got all mixed up. And this on the ES, I did it from right there. That was right on the purple line. It's kind of risky doing right on the purple line like that. But just got to go a couple more ticks here and we'll have that at break even. I missed this one right here on the NQ. Alright, so we're at +1, now +2 on the ES. Okay, that's not a trade there. And there's no red showing in this at all, right here. So we have nothing there. No red showing here at all. That means the red is at the 0 level. Okay, if you don't see any red in there at all, like in there, that means it's at the 0 level. But Dan, I don't always win when I make mistakes. Especially lately, it seems like I've been getting nailed every time I make a mistake. Trading today was not easy. I had 11 stop outs this morning. That's a lot. See, both of those just made it to the purple line. I just left them both alone because I want to let it be exactly right. See, and they both gave that signal there. That's not... It's like a turnaround signal right there when that happens. It's not one you want to get into. You gotta wait, let it do its thing. Did I buy on the ES? I didn't buy anything. It went too far. Both of them went just a little bit too far. Okay. So this one here is not going to be a trade because the black didn't move with it. And this one we'll see in a minute here when we get it up close if the black moves with it or not. Okay, there's another chance over here on the NQ now for it to possibly give us a trade. Now, as we stand right now, we're up 22 on the ES and minus 44 on the NQ. So I think we're positive overall. We've only had 2 stop outs, knock on wood, out of the 13 trades so far. See how fast the time is going. I knew this half an hour was going to be quick. Now when it's done, we can go back and analyze it a little bit. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but I do want to just show you what I'm looking at, what it's going to be looking at in the background, what it's going to be thinking and doing in the background. And I can make it so it's just one line here in the middle until you get an actual short trade. I can make it pop up to the top when it's time to sell and drop down to the bottom when it's time to buy. But knowing ahead of time, giving you some sort of a warning ahead of time is what's going to be a little more complicated to code. But that's the kind of thing that you guys want, right? If I can do that for you. That's the kind of thing I'd want. I'll probably write it anyway just because I want it. That kind of counts. Alright, so I'm looking for up closes on both of these to see if the black and the blue move up, but not too far. Or all the way. I don't think they're going to move all the way. I think they didn't move at all. The blue moved, but the black didn't go with it. See the black's right here on this right now. It's kind of a weird spot for it to be. It's got an odd shape to it. Alright, so it's totally oversold again, totally oversold again. There it is. That's not far enough right there. There it is on that. I can short that though. The ES, I just shorted the ES. That's just right on the ES. That's what you want right there. No, I don't have a very good entry on that. The entry should have been up here at 65.50. So I'm 3 ticks off on the entry. And the stop just went to +1. We'll go to +2 on that. And we're out with +2 on that. This went down too far right here. Okay. So none of that turns into a trade right there. That's right, Wayne. I will put the arrows on. I'll put arrows in lines, arrows or lines. So you guys will have that too. So you don't really have to, and I'll make all the noises and the alerts and all that stuff. But I wanted you guys to see this, so you get an idea of what I'm thinking and what I've been working on. See, that went just a little too far. It'll probably work out just fine, but it went just a little too far. See, that's 39 ticks from the open to the top. That was 39 ticks right there. The blue's on the wrong side for that. I'm sorry, the red's on the wrong side for that one. Okay, well, Kevin, that did not go far enough. That did not go at all. So we're waiting now. This is going to have a couple of bars here. This one could, on an up close, it could trigger something on an up close, but this one's not going to. I don't think. Now it could. I suppose it could now. Now that it's gone sideways one bar right there. So we're looking for an up close on both of these markets right now to possibly give us an entry. And we've got another down close. The black and blue should go together for oversold or overbought for a valid trade. Yes, and they should be opposite the red. Alright, but the black, you only want it to be in 2 places. You want it to be below, between here, or above there. Those are the 2 places the black has to go. Like right there on the NQ. Okay, so I just shorted the NQ right here. The black is just a little above it right there. You see it's just a little tiny bit above right there. So I shorted it, and the stop just went to +4. I'm hoping for a big trade. Nope. Wasn't a big trade. The ES has got the same trade right here. You see the black just went a little bit. It's in that space right there. Okay. And the ES is going to go to break even after 5 ticks in profit. Actually, it goes to +1 tick. Okay, we'll lock in 4 on that. 8 on the ES. Okay. So we're running out of time already. This is pretty active trading though. I mean, in this half an hour with just 2 markets, we're up to 16 trades right now. Would a wider time frame on the ES slow it down? Yes, it would, Daryl. It would slow it down. And you can do this on whatever time frame you want. You know, I actually even entertained doing just the ES on a 4-tick range. Because you'd have a ton of trade setups, and this is right here on the NQ. That's a short right there. Okay. That should have bumped my stop, I think. I thought it went 12 ticks into profit. Well, it's got to go 12 ticks into profit to bump the stop, I think. There it goes. Okay, so +4, and it just took me out with 4 more on the NQ. So that is working. Okay, and it's got another short right there that I just missed. So we got 4 from there, and I missed that one. That gave a quick 30. It's too bad I missed that. That would have gotten us positive. Would have gotten us positive on that one anyway. Difference of black below or above. It's just going to be opposite the red. It's got to go with the blue and opposite the red. Okay. When it's above, you either want it to be all the way in the overbought, you want it to be in between this area right here. Okay. That's it. It's going to be in that area right there, or all the way in the overbought when it's above. It's going to be opposite the red. Okay, you see how everything's oversold right here right now. So you have a huge leg down, and we're just looking for price to pull up a little bit here. We're still negative on the NQ. I wish we would have gotten that trade right there. That would have gotten us positive on the NQ. But we did have 2 stop outs on the NQ, so we're minus 60 something ticks at one point. It's not done yet. We still have a few minutes left in here. Here we go. I'm gonna short the NQ right there. Okay, and the ES too. Alright, so the NQ looks like it might stop me out again. We'll see. It hasn't. Nope, +4. Excellent, keep going. Alright, and the ES hasn't gone enough to get the stop to break even yet, but it is gonna. There it goes. Alright, so the ES is killing it right now. Alright, we got another 8 on the ES and 4 on the NQ. Okay. You see, it was these little things right here. That one there. That one there. Now on this one, it was this piece right here. And on this one, it was this piece right here that I just did that based on. Okay. And we have 2.5 minutes left. And when the 2.5 minutes left, I'll stop trading and we'll talk about it a little bit, okay? Just want to give you one straight half hour of trading. My DOM's visible the complete time. The whole time I'm not moving things around. Just want you guys to see the whole thing. That went too far. Went through the purple. Okay, so we'll watch for the up closes here and see if they give us what we're looking for. On both markets. We're looking for shorts on both markets on potential. Nope. Potential shorts in both markets on the up close. Okay, that didn't go far enough. I want to say the ES did. See, I can't really see it there in the data window. How far is the area? The area is at 88.24. No, neither one of them made it the whole way. 88.24. It's going to be at 100. See, they don't often get up to 100. This right here is the black, the area. Okay, so neither one of those turned out to be trades, and we have about 45 seconds left. I need one good NQ trade to get that thing where we want. I mean, we're positive. We're quite a bit positive. All right, that didn't turn into anything, but the ES, it's right there on the ES. It's right on the purple right there. It's a little risky to do right here on probably our last trade of this whole session, but we'll lock in for 12. And row 12 more on the ES. Okay, and we didn't end up getting the NQ trade. And ding, ding, ding. It's time. So let me just take a picture of what we have right here. Okay. And I'll get into all the detail later. Alright, so now, let me stop trying to trade now. Okay, so I'll give you guys a period now just to ask questions if you want. I can even open up your mic if you want me to. If you want to ask a question for everybody to hear. But you see, ES DOM goes over here, and then Q DOM goes all the way over there. If we just look at the ES, right? If we just look at this, here's what I was looking for. I was looking for the black to come out of the oversold with the blue, and either not make it to the purple or to make it all the way into the overbought. Right, not make it to the purple or make it all the way to the overbought, while the red stayed down. That's what I was looking for on every trade. Alright, and the opposite, like there was just one right here a second ago for the long, and the opposite for the long. Alright, now I know you see a lot of them that come through the purple like this and then they work out, but there's a lot of them like this that go through the purple and don't work out. That one, 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 that one. There's more of them that go through the purple that don't work out. Okay. And Daryl asked if it would slow it down on a larger time frame. Yeah, let's just go to a larger time frame. This is the ES. Let's go to the ES on, say, a 19 range. Okay, so you're looking for the same exact thing. Right here, you would short the open of the next bar. Right here, you would short the open of the next bar. Right here, short the open of the next bar. Over here, buy the open of the next bar. Right here, you'd be buying the open of that bar. And that one doesn't look like it's working out so well, but you'd be buying the open of that bar. Okay, and those are for all the ones that are just the little nubs like that. Now the ones that go all the way, like this right here, you would buy the open of that bar. That bar right there. Okay. This one and this one right here. Actually, this one, they don't have red on the opposite side. I'm sorry, neither one of those would have been right. We're not getting a lot of them that have the red on the opposite side. Here's one right here. You would have sold the open of this bar. On this one right here, sold the open of that bar. And this one, you would have sold the open of that. That would have stopped you out. Anyway, that's all I'm looking for. Okay, that's all I'm looking for. And you can do it on whatever time frame you want to do it on. Does it always have to have red on the opposite side? No. Sid, I mean, it's... For what I'm doing in here, you're going to have a whole bunch of trades and it's going to lead to over trading. If you do just one thing, you know, if you do just one thing and the red doesn't, if it's not on the other side, but if you just do the little nub like that, that's in between here and here when it switches, if you just do that one trade, then you could probably do it when the red's not always on the other side. But you're going to see a bunch of things as you start looking at this. Once you guys get this, if I give it to you in this format, you guys are very likely to start looking at things like this right here, where it's just completely opposite. And that works out a lot. It really does work out a lot. It works out well a lot of the time. And that might be a better trade for some of you, because usually when that happens, it pulls back more in the direction that it was going in. So you don't have to have your entry exactly on. Like this one right here. You know, selling the open of that bar before it went down, it went all the way up there. You know, those are certain nuances that are there if I leave it in this format. They're available to you if I leave it in this format. However, if I change it from this format, then you won't have those available to you anymore. Okay, but I mean, we can look at any market you want. Do you guys have a market you want to look at and time frame you want to look at? I'm happy to look at anything you want to look at right now. You know, if you want to look at anything, bonds, the Russell, the YM, soybeans, anything you want to look at, as long as it moves, it'll give a signal. You know, the ES. Now, let's just look at this. Okay, let's take it one step further here. Now, you're not going to do the SPY on that. You do the SPY on like a 200 range. So every bar is $2. But you're basically looking for the same thing, right? You get something like this, you want to sell the open of the next bar. Okay, you don't get a lot of signals, but when you do get them, they work pretty well. Sell the open of the next bar. You can see the little lines that I had in there went away. But I wanted to show you that it works. It works with everything. Okay, I just wanted to illustrate that for you. See, every time you get the little nub, just buy or sell the open of the next bar. Gold? Yeah, sure. Let's do gold. GC. What time frame do you want to look at gold on? Angel. And the lines, Sid. I will put the lines in, right? The lines and the arrows. I'll put all that stuff in for you. I just don't have them in there right now. Here's gold. What time frame did you want to look at gold on? I use a 9 range in the morning. Okay, 9 or 19. We'll look at both of them. Okay, let's just... Yeah, we'll do it one bar at a time. Watch over here on this side. Watch over here on this side. Okay. Well, it's not really doing very well. This right here would be a trade. You'd sell the open of the next bar on this one right here. You see how the black is up above right there? If I bump this out and I hover over it, you see how the area is 5.9? It's above 0. So you'd sell the open of the next bar right there. Okay. Nothing here. That right there, it's minus 12.5. In this case right here, you would buy the open of the next bar. So if you bought the open, the low of this, the high of this bar was 76.3 and the open was at 75.7. So it went 6 ticks into profit before it moved back down. And this is on a 9 range, so you would have had your stop at plus 1 tick. You had it going automatically like mine was in here. Okay, and nothing. You would have sold right there. The open of the next bar, sell it. There it goes. Now, this one here, the red's not opposite. Okay. So that one was 100%. Okay, right here, it went 100% all the way down to minus 100. So right here, you would buy the open of the next bar on this one. That's one of those ones. It doesn't happen very often right there, but you'd buy the open of the next bar on that. Okay, and that would have stopped you out. It doesn't happen very often though. Okay, so right here you would have nothing. That's down too far, you wouldn't do that one. That's up too far, you wouldn't do that one. Down too far. That's still up too far right there, you wouldn't do that either. That's 100% right there. You would buy the open of the next bar on this one. Right there, you would buy the open of that green bar. Okay, nothing there. Nothing there. Nothing there. That's 100. You would sell the open of the next bar. Okay. Oh, that's current. So you'd sell it right here. That's on the 9 range. But the 19 is going to be just the same stuff. Okay. We just go back and we do a little bit of that on the 19 range. That's nothing. Nothing. It's still too far. Nothing. Still too far. Not a lot of trades here on the 19 range. And that's still too far. It's over 30. Those are just about right. It's not 100. It's not 100, but in real time, you might think it is. I gotta somehow figure that out. You buy the open of the next bar there and sell the open of the next bar there. Okay. This one right here, the area is at 3.8. So on this one, you would sell the open of the next. Nope, the red's not there. I'm sorry, the red's not there. Red's not there. That's not 100. Red's not there. Red's not there. This one. Minus 5.4. You would buy the open of the next bar on this one. Right there. You would buy the open of that and gap down. We would have bought the open on that. Nothing. Wait. Minus 28.6. I think I got it at 25. I'm not exactly sure. But this one here, there's no red. Sorry, there's no red. But you see, that's all you're looking for. If you go one bar at a time, looking like that right there, you want it to be opposite the red, not go too far. So you buy the open of the next bar. Alright, now I can program it so it does all that thinking for you, and it does a more simple display with lines and arrows and stuff like that. Like this one right here, you'd buy the open of the next bar. Right there, you would have bought the current bar. You'd have bought the open of that bar. I'm sorry, sold the open of that bar. So it probably would have stopped you out by now if you'd have done that one. Okay. Discard. Yes, I've been meaning to reply to your thing. Like right here, for instance. You see how that just barely went up? You would sell the open of the next bar. When it's opposite the red, the blue and the black go up. But if we bring it back to the ES, because I already have those lines drawn on the ES, so you see a little better with the lines on there. Okay, it's like this right here. You would buy the open of this, well, you would have bought the open of this bar right here. When that came down and it didn't go through the purple, red was on the other side, you would have bought the open of that bar. Okay, like this one right here, you would have bought the open of this bar right here. Okay. Well, I wanted to do this with you guys and see what you guys thought. I mean, do you like the whole idea of this? I know some of you guys, I've been working on the scalp. The scalp's been in beta for a couple months now. And I know some of you guys have just gone with the swing trade and just stuck with the swing trade, and that's fine because the swing trade works well. But you guys can, you can see that this produces a lot of trades. A lot of trades. That's why I just wanted to do 2 markets in here. It produces a ton of trades, and you can do it if you're going to do multiple markets. You can do it on a much larger time frame. But again, when you do a much larger time frame, you're going to have a much larger risk. Like there'd be a short right here. You would have sold the open of that bar right there, and the open was at 663. It already dropped from 663. 12 points, 11 to 12 points. That's a lot on the ES. 11 to 12 points. That's $600 on ES with 1 contract. But you can see it's working really well. When it does the 100%, opposite the red. Okay, or if it does just a little bit, opposite the red. A little bit, opposite the red. A little bit, opposite the red. That was a little too much. A little bit opposite the red. And this is 100% opposite the red. That 100% didn't work out on that one right there. This is 100% opposite the red. That worked out great. A little bit right there. Opposite the red. That worked out. See, I wanted to give you guys a look at this and set it up to just give the signals. Can I leave the choice to show it as it is now or to just show the signals? Yeah, I was thinking about that, Gary. I was thinking about that. It's going to put a lot of things, though. If you look inside here, let me show you. If I put the Scalp tool on here the way that it is, and you go inside here, it's got all these things in here. Now, you guys don't need to change any of that. So I can remove all of that. The arrows in here, the arrows and lines, those are optional for you guys. But I would have to make it so in here, you have the scalp or the lead div. And the lead div was, when it was giving you the fade, that was what the lead div is, when it's giving you the fade. And the scalp is when it's actually going in the direction you want to trade. That's the difference between the 2 of them, but I don't remember. I think when I did the lines or the arrows, see, I think I only did them for the scalp. I didn't do them for the lead div. You see how they're not changing at all when I switch back and forth. If I go in here and I shut them off, and I go here and I turn the lead div on, if I turn lead div on and then I put the, let's just do the arrows for right now. So what it should be showing you, see the arrow is showing you the, it is showing you the fade, I guess. Oh, I guess it's showing you everything. Okay, well what I would have to do is make it so it does it for the different ones. Like if you're going to have the lead div on, you won't be able to have the lead div and the scalp and the reverse diamonds, you won't be able to have all of them on at the same time because the lines will be popping up everywhere and you won't know which one is which. So that's the dilemma that I'm running into, and I don't want to have 15 separate indicators in here. I want to consolidate them. As a matter of fact, I want to consolidate the scalp tool completely into the TV trades. The trigger's already got too much stuff in it, and I don't want to do the scalp and the swing together. I mean, I guess I could live with it being 5 different things like it is right now. It's just a pain in the neck when I have to set everybody up and undo everybody. But yeah. So the reason I said that, Gary, is because you said if we could leave this the way it is, there's a whole bunch of things that you have in here to turn on and off to make it look like this. To make it look like that. There's the area, the 2 scaled, the CC scaled, and all of this stuff I would remove. All those things would be coming out. These are the lines right in here, not the purple lines. The purple lines aren't part of this yet. The total arrow. This is more like what I was thinking I would make it look like for you. Where with the total arrow, it only goes, the way I had programmed it, it goes up when it's time to go long and it goes down when it's time to go short. That's the way I programmed it. If it goes up, you buy. If it goes down, you sell. I know it's opposite to the way the oscillators work, but for anybody that's new, people think when it goes down you want to sell and when it goes up you want to buy. Logically, people think that. They don't think opposites like oscillators do. But I could program it sort of like this, so you would have only an indication when is actual trade, and you could stick the trade on, an arrow or a line up here at the same time. But I would have to make the color of it in here have some kind of lead for you. The color would have, but that's a bar behind. The oscillators work a bar behind. Can the colors be turned on and off for longer time frames just to trade the diamond? You mean those colors? Those colors in here, Paul? So you're just doing the red and the blue, you mean? Yeah, that's all in here. The red is the CC scaled, and the blue is the 2 scaled. If you shut off the area, then it's just those 2. And the total arrow, you can shut that off completely. I'm going to remove that anyway. And you can make this so it's not an area. You can make it so it's a line if that's what you like. Okay. So yeah, you can do that. I'm going to leave those things in there. I might rename it something else, but I'm going to leave it in there. But, and this is on what, 47 range? Yes, this is a pretty large time frame right here. Actually, with today's volatility, there were quite a few trades, but on normal days, a 47 range is that's 10 points, 11, almost 12 points in a single bar. Okay. More stuff? Anybody? Everybody? Alright. If you haven't taken the trial yet, in the email that you used to sign up for this, there's a link to sign up for the trial in there if you want to use that. Okay. Alright, so the feedback that I got is that you would like to have just a single line with the option of being able to see everything. That's not going to be tomorrow, Wayne. The webinar is going to be on Thursday. Guys, I was just told a few minutes ago at the start of the meeting that an email went out saying there's a webinar tomorrow. It's not tomorrow. It's on Thursday. I am off tomorrow. Okay? I am not working at all tomorrow. Okay. I'll make sure an email goes out letting you guys know all that.